Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Yeah, should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got, on DVD, more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there, we've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf, and
Brilliant.
those good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes, Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff...
Too Shy?
It is Too Shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it, the only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable?
Mm-hmm. Human League?
That'd be... Oh, wow, what would it be? Would they have got Don't You Want Me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Last Take On Me?
Yep,
Yeah.
well done. Madness?
Baggy Trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde?
Kids in America?
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS, Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So, there are the,
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go, let's do Rockbusters.
Right, email only, of course.
Yeah. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue, if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, go on. What is Carl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there, because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
right.
so what's the...
Well, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. It'll be different. He's lost it.
Go into France, buy yourself a boat with fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there, because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
And the last one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD. That one.
Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
Alright, well...
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well, so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF.
Yeah.
Buy it ferry. Right? That's like...
What?
Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
Ferry? What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because it's quite close to it. Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what's your first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count.
No,
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry, buy on ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
DELI is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah.
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree? A meat tree? What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give them a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
DELI meat tree.
DELI meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And
Can I just point out, Rick?
Oxymusic was brilliant. I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
DELI meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but DELI meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Berg.
Oh! I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't...
what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Berg.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
Say it again.
Christ de Berg.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Berg?
Chris de Berg. Who's the winner, Steve?
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Aidan, because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him one.
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de Berg...
Those are the worst you've ever done.
The worst... DELI meat tree. So, and didn't just put D, and then Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry.
So...
Our Freaks Electric, Richard Eccles, Sugar Babes, on XFM 104.9, Steve.
Absolutely.
I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant.
Hello.
Carl, the producer. 7 minutes past 1 of a Saturday, and what a lovely Saturday it is.
It is indeed.
Well, it looks nice and bright, but it's deceptive, because I went out, and I just had a t-shirt on, and I had my jumper on me. I got out there, and I thought, this is chilly. I had to pop the jumper on.
Oh, no!
So, you know, just if you're just, you know, looking out the window thinking, I'll go outside, pop a jumper on, or a jacket, because it looks nice, but it is a little bit colder than it looks.
Rick, can I ask, were you wearing the jumper around your waist, tied with a knot, or did you have it over your shoulders, like maybe you just jumped off a yacht?
I popped it round my waist, and I'll tell you what, I tucked my t-shirt in for neatness and comfort.
Lovely.
But I know that's a little bit dorkish, so I was trying to hide the belt line.
Okay.
So then I popped the jumper on, didn't have to worry about it.
Did you go with the double knot?
I didn't,
because that can loosen if you're not careful, especially if you're carrying bags or you're busy on the tube.
I know, but I wouldn't mind that, as long as I didn't lose it. As long as I saw it loosen and fall, I'd pick it up. And then clean it. Not in the washing machine, though. I'd pop it in a cold soak, right? And then leave it out on a few towels or something, or pop it over the radiator.
So what's the problem with putting it in a hot wash?
Well, it can cause shrinkage.
Oh, no.
So, coming up, we've got loads of tunes. We're going to be playing some of the best bands around, some new ones, some old ones. Might even play some Adam Ant. We don't know yet.
Let's have Badly Drawn Boy, though, shall we, Carl? Current single.
Badly Drawn Boy there. Silent Sigh. Is that the one with the duck? That video?
Yes. Very good video.
Apparently he stopped wearing his hat around because he keeps getting recognised. And he's going to not wear his hat when he doesn't want to get recognised.
Okay.
Maybe pop it in the wash.
But be careful, let's just have a kind of a light cold rinse.
Yeah, light cold rinse, soak it, right, because it's woolen, right, and then just leave it out on a towel. Or, you know, maybe near the immersion heater.
Sure.
Or over a radiator. Or even
on a radiator, is that a problem?
It can cause that sort of, damaging to the fibres of the wall.
He had a kid last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who did?
Badly Drawn Boy.
Oh, right, okay.
Badly Drawn Little Boy, he's going to call it, isn't he?
Brilliant, Rick.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's a sort of satire.
I'd like to see that as a headline in a tabloid.
And deliver, money, all your life. Oh. Now, going out.
Oh,
Carl,
can we explain why that's funny?
Don't panic, Carl, I'm a professional. Don't worry.
What's your concern, Carl?
What's your concern?
Nothing.
Tell us.
No.
You can say.
I can't.
You can!
This is so unprofessional.
It's what? What have we done?
What, talking about wool?
Right.
Come on, Carl, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
You say.
He's great, and
He's so
lovely.
scared. Come on, Carl, tell us.
I don't know all the ins and outs, so I don't want to get into it.
What?
The thing.
No,
Well,
you
look,
can-
you can't, look, people are perplexed now. What's the thing, Carl?
What's the thing? What are you worried about? Say.
Is it an email that's been received by the head of
Yeah,
XFM?
you've got the email open.
You can
have a
talk
read.
about. You can say what it.
Okay, let me just
without.
see.
You know,
I don't understand it. Please note that under a ruling at the Old Bailey, any
Yeah.
reference to Adam Ant's state of mental illness in any news report will constitute a breach of the ruling and therefore lead to serious action from his lawyers.
that's right, and that's true. That's subject. We can't talk about that. You can play his records and
Sing his classic songs.
Sing songs.
Yeah, it's best just to leave it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what we... Yeah, Carl was a little bit worried. There's no way I was going to mention that or influence anything, and I totally agree with the law, so don't panic, Carl.
That should have never been sent to you.
Why?
Because it's like, accidents happen.
Go on, then.
When things like that happen, right, you've been told not to mention it,
Yeah,
and you're like a little kid.
yeah,
And once things are in your head,
yeah,
it's difficult not to mention it. I mean, when I was a kid,
yeah.
Go on.
right,
Yeah.
my mum's sister Hazel
Right.
was seeing another bloke. It's weird because she's a lesbian now. That's really weird.
That must have been an interesting Christmas.
But anyway, she was seeing this bloke, and he looked like Ken Dodd, apparently.
He looked like Ken Dodd.
Looked like Ken Dodd. So people said, don't mention it because it gets on his nerves when you like meet him and you go, oh god, you look like Ken Dodd. So I said, all right, his name's Will or whatever. And I was introduced to him. First thing I said, nice to meet you, Ken.
Did you do it as a joke, or did you...
No, because
Just
you know
you-
when you know that he's like, I'm not allowed to say that. I can't
Yeah.
say that. Mustn't say that. Can't. And then
Yeah.
I saw him. I thought, Jesus, does look like him. It just came out.
Was it Doddy who turned her into a lesbo, do you think?
Well, he wasn't a good-looking bloke, so possibly.
She started going out with Esther Ransom then, which is weird out of the frying pan.
What was the story with the
Fire.
lesbianism then? How did she announce that to everyone? What age was she when she realised?
Well, I mean, we're not a close family. Do you know what I mean? We're not
No.
the sort of family who keeps in touch with everyone. And I think my mum called her up one Christmas and sort of said, how's
How's the Diddy
Will?
men?
Yeah, that's
And,
nutty ash.
And she said, oh no, I don't do that anymore. I'm knocking about with Sandra or whatever.
Right.
And it was like, oh right.
Not big butch Sandra with the big earrings and the skinhead. Used to live down the road from you.
I don't know.
Used
I
to
haven't met
get Doc Martens wholesale. That's Sandra.
her. But she had a haunted house.
Go on.
Who, Sandra?
No, Hazel,
Right. Is this before she was a lesbian or not?
before.
Okay.
And there was a bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards.
There was a
on
what in the
their
hall?
own. A bike.
That's handy, isn't it? Oh, that's great. Don't worry, we won't do anything.
So, sorry, no, I want to know about the haunted house. There was a bike in the hall, and what
There was a
happened?
bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards on their own. And also, shoes used to stick to the wall or something.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoes used to stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like
That's a haunted
a
house.
hell of a household. Yeah. Oh,
there we go.
dear.
Brilliant.
Maybe she should clean the walls.
Classic.
During breaks, Painkiller on XFM 104.9.
A couple of emails, Rick, that I ought to notify you about. Holly has emailed in. She wants us to wish her good luck. She says that she's one of 15,000 women who will be walking 26 miles around London starting at midnight tonight in their bras to raise money for breast cancer research.
Prostitutes.
No, just regular ladies, I think.
Oh, right.
But I was at a loose end, so that's something for me to do this evening. I'll pop down and support them. I always remember being at school the first time I ever encountered one of those pens. There was a kid at school, Jason, and he had a pen, one of those pens, and he turned it upside down, and it was where the woman's clothes sink away and she's naked.
Yeah.
And I remember sort of seeing it and him showing it to everyone, all the young lads, and them thinking, this is amazing. And I always remember thinking it was like the idea that it was sort of a way to cheat teachers. Oh, there's Jason. He's just got a pen there with a picture of a woman
Yeah.
wearing some clothes. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If he brings a porn mag in, I'll have him.
He's out.
But I can't.
But I've always imagined. Can you imagine how embarrassing would it be to be caught masturbating over one of those pens?
Businessman.
Yeah, exactly. His wife catches him.
I'm going to. Sorry. So what are you doing? Just
Not just doing some writing with this regular pen.
right. What?
Well, no, don't turn it upside down.
Ah. Can I just come round where you're sitting and just say, why are you naked?
The only thing I think more embarrassing would be to be caught masturbating looking into a mirror.
Well, for you maybe, for me and Carl, right?
We should give the Rockbusters clues again one final time before we give out the answers. And I should mention the prizes as well, if you still want to enter. We've got various things, a couple of CDs, a Smash Hits CD.
Right, looking into a mirror.
Let's move on from that. Club Anthems 2003, Strange and Beautiful.
Nude.
Eh?
I hate being nude anyway.
Why? What do you mean you hate being nude?
It's not normal if you walk about. Do you walk about the house with an out on?
No, because we've got windows.
Yeah, but alright, with the blinds shut or whatever.
Well, I have a bath.
No, but say like with with Jane and that. Are you happy walking about?
No, I'll walk around in my pants or a towel. I won't purposely walk around nude for the sake of it. No.
No, I know. So, but I in the morning I don't mind when I get up.
Yeah.
I go for a shower, but I don't sort of flaunt it about. I just wondered if that's normal or.
Well, no. What do you mean? Is it normal? If there's no one can see you, then
No, like, but your girlfriend's in and that. But what I mean is,
yeah,
it's like you can put a pair of pants on, can't you? Do you know, all I'm saying is,
well, put Steve's on if you want.
Yeah, for 30 quid.
What do you want? Do you want to put a pair of pants on now?
No, it's just like you're asking me to do it for a pen.
What would you do, right? What would you do, right, if you did that thing with Steve and you left your pants in there, and you went and you put his on, but it was sort of like it was damp.
Right, so Rockbusters then. We'll get this out of the way.
Strokes last night, XFM 104.9. We're flying now. 35 minutes into it. No real hiccups. I don't think that.
Not so far.
It's just going really well. My name's Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve.
Hello there.
Carl. All right. Coming up soon. White Van Man. White Van Carl. We ask Carl the questions that the Sun asked someone else.
Exactly.
It's a good feature.
It's a great feature.
I'll be testing Carl on the new re-education of Carl. As you know, he got a GCSE.
It's the last one, isn't it?
In history. It was the last heavy sort of one, yeah.
No.
So Winston Churchill. Well, yeah, because we're going on to more sort of metaphorical and metaphysical pursuits, aren't we?
Not that book.
Yeah, that's the Aesop
I can't
Fables.
read that in a week.
You don't have to read it.
Right,
Just
that's
choose
fine.
out. Just choose the ones about the foxes eating penguins. You'll like that. Steve, over to you.
Thanks very much. I wonder if I don't think we've made much progress yet on sending Carl into into the air with the.
No,
balloons.
this has gone a bit ballistic.
I've gone off
Actually.
the idea.
Oh no, shut
No,
up!
don't. You haven't gone off yet, have you?
We've inflamed the imagination of the capital. There's people offering left, right, and centre, and I think it's a good idea. But I think we should make a day of it. I think we should send you up in some balloons, right? Maybe
Well, hang on,
I'll
before we
compare
carry
a
on,
show.
let's explain what happened because people might not have listened last week.
I don't believe that.
There are one or two, Rick.
I don't believe that.
People who were
Name
ill or
them.
maybe out of the country.
Okay.
So last week we discovered, was it that 623, is it 6,000?
No, I read that 6,000 balloons filled with helium can lift a bloke off the floor.
I think that's too many. I think we could do it for less, certainly.
Well,
with
anyway,
you.
listen, there are various organisations which actually exist already that can provide this kind of entertainment, this kind of fun. I mean, I didn't realise there was a whole kind of market for this already, but apparently there
Nor
is.
did I, no.
Incredible. Anyway, so we're going to try and track one of them down. We're going to see if they can organise it so that you, Carl, can float into the air. We need to get you, is it at least 11 feet up?
Yeah, if it's
And
just
I think certainly higher. I mean, I can't remember what the record is, but it's quite a long way.
11,000.
11,000 feet.
Yeah, but I think they're all official. I want to do it with like those little balloons you get for £1 at the zoo or
I don't
something.
think that can be right, health and safety wise. I don't think that can be healthy.
I think if we get him to sign something, which I will,
Okay.
I think we'll cover
You'll be fine.
ourselves.
But yeah, certainly we're thinking of maybe making it a bit like, is it Tea in the Park? The,
Yeah.
Capital FM.
Yeah,
event,
the big
We
event.
could get sort of Steps, at least H from Steps can come down and
Yeah.
host the event.
I mean, or I don't mind comparing it. Steve's gonna do. Steve's learning to sort of like scratch and mix and beat match, and you're getting pretty.
I'm making a lot of progress, yeah. I
You
find that.
you are going to be a turntablist.
Yeah.
Steve never learnt an instrument, which he regrets. And he's a modern lad, and he's using turntables as his instrument.
I just got 2 turntables and a microphone, and so far, I mean, seriously, I'm cutting it up big style. No, don't laugh, because it is mental, the sort of kind of stuff I'm coming out with. And I'm scratching, I've got the beats, matching.
Can you imagine that?
Shut up! It's that.
No, if
look at the Chemical Brothers, for goodness sake. If you're talking about freaks, look at those weirdos. Man alive!
At least you cut your hair at Gavin.
You know that
whatever it's called.
they used to kind of at least faintly appear in their videos. The new one is just some shots of like what you see from outside a train. To them, that is more glamorous and exciting, apparently, than seeing the lads themselves in the video.
Who do you think's cooler to look at, Steve or the Chemical Brothers?
Steve.
Definitely, yes. You're absolutely right, Carl, and that's the first sensible thing you've said for a long time.
If I was to work with Steve on some music,
Yeah.
if I had the choice, I think Steve would look better on a album cover.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you change him at all? What would you do with his image?
I'd put him in the distance, so
I can't believe this is...
No, just so you don't look as tall, that's doing you a favour.
You know, I was on the... This is true, I was on the tube, right, coming in to meet Gervais the other day, and I was wearing a suit, and my mobile phone slipped out of my pocket, and it landed on the seat, and I didn't realise this, and as I was about to get off, some bloke who was sat there like an old guy, he picked up the phone, he went, "Oi, Lanky, you dropped your mobile phone." And I was like, well, I thank you for pointing out I dropped my phone, but did you have to do the Lanky?
But you knew who he meant. I bet you turned round straight away. It worked.
Knew what he meant,
Yeah,
Steve.
but-
He's done you again.
But I was the only person stood up. It was a fairly empty train.
Was there any other lanky people there?
No.
Well then.
No, but my point was there was no one else at all who was about to exit the train.
Okay, so he didn't need lanky.
He could have gone, "Excuse me, sir," or "Oi, you," anything, but "Oi, Lanky."
I know.
It's that thing, though, isn't it? That's what I'm talking about. You say the thing that you don't want to say. It's like me with Ken Dodd and Will.
I think he wanted to say this.
Oh, well.
I think he took pleasure in it.
I think he went, "That bloke's lanky. I shouldn't say that." Yeah, I should. Oi, lanky.
What's
you
he
dropped
gonna
your phone. Yeah. Do you want your phone back or not?
But this balloon thing, anyway, it's got a bit out of hand.
Why has it got out of hand? What are you worried
it's
about?
funny. I just want to. I want to sort of like tie them all to the back of your belt. So as you go up there, you sort of tip forward slightly, so you're going up slightly upside down.
We could paint some advertising on your bald head.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll do that, Lanky.
That'd be great.
Here he comes.
No, I mean, last week it was just a bit of fun about going, like, just lifting my feet off the ground.
No.
And that's a big difference to what it's got now.
No, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll do 100 feet in the air, and I'll hold on to the rope.
But we'll do it at Wembley Arena and we'll sell tickets. But it'll be for charity, Carl.
No,
It'll be
no,
for charity.
No, we'll have lots of underprivileged kids coming along to see
It's
it, you
just got out
know.
of hand. It's like, you know, I like karaoke, but I wouldn't want to go on Stars in the Rise.
Sure.
And it's got out of hand. That's how it's sort of grown too big. I don't.
Who
like
would you
it.
do if you were on Stars in the Right?
I'd do that.
Moby?
No, that Jack the Knife song. I love
Jack the Knife.
Old Mac Heath. That one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Mac the Knife.
That's what I do.
But which
He'd do a hip-hop version.
but which of the many singers would you impersonate? You can't. It's not the song, is it? It's the singer.
You could do Jimmy Somerville, I think, quite well.
Yeah, Somerville you'd be good at.
Moby. Did Morph bring out a
I
single?
don't think Morph did.
Didn't he?
No, I'm not sure. I
Sure,
don't
didn't
think
he have
so.
a theme tune? Did Morph? Phone in if you think Morph.
Morph didn't speak, Rick. Let
Didn't
him
he?
sing.
Morph hardly had any features.
True.
Right.
There you are.
Gomez and Shot on XFM 101.9. Sorry, I was going to tell Steve something. Talk amongst yourselves. When you were out there, Johnny Mango phoned up and said to Carl, "Come on, when are we going to do this thing?" And Carl got all nervous. Right, and he went, "You don't want to do it, do you?" He said, "Well, it's going to get out of hand. I just wanted to go as high as a tree." And he went, "Well, you can. I'll hold you down with a rope." He went, "Yeah," but he said, "But when the crowd are there and they're all screaming higher, higher, I'll feel the pressure and have to go along with it." What crowd? What crowd is this? Higher! No, higher!
We don't live in a medieval era. There's not going to be dancing bears and tumbling midgets. Well, I don't know. That's an idea.
Hold on. If there's anyone got any of those,
Tumbling
Nemo.
midgets would be amazing.
yeah.
Definitely.
Less balloons, cheaper to do.
Oh, you're going
No,
up.
you're
Don't
going
worry
up
about
with
that,
them.
mate.
No, you're going up with
definitely
not
go
just
up.
no.
With a midget under either arm. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh dear. No, but Carl called me in the week, and he was a little bit stressed because he's had a bad week now. He got stressed about Hitler and Churchill, and I said, well, we're chill out a little bit, and I'll teach him something a little bit cosier. And I said, what about animals? No, not frightening other animals. You're interested in animals, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and he went, all right then. And then he went, okay, here's a question for you, Clever. So there's 3 animals without ears. He said, and I've told you one. And I went, well, that's the snake, because he was talking about the snake. I went, I went, hold on, Carl, there's loads of animals without ears. He went, there's not, there's 3. I went, there's loads. I said, jellyfish, worms, single-cell protozoa, peripherous. But he went, oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Animals, proper animals. I went, they are animals. He went, no, proper animals. And I went, do you mean mammals? He went, what are you on about? I said, are these animals, have they got legs, and are they fur-bearing, right? And he went, one is. They've got legs. I went, I don't know, I give up. He went, right, the turtle. I went, right, yeah. And he went, and the bumblebee. He said, that's the one with fur. That's the one with fur. The one, what are you thinking? What is in your head, Carl?
Which has got the most fur, a bee or a turtle?
It's not fur.
What is it?
Well, it's you know.
He's done you there, Gervais.
It's pseudo hairs, isn't it? It's like it's a hair. It's a keratin thing. It's not like we have, like mammals grow fur. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not convinced.
So go
when
on,
we say that, when we say like fur, mammals are warm-blooded creatures.
Yeah.
Often, usually placental. There's a few exceptions, right? That give their milk to their young, nurture their young, and they have fur.
Have you heard about oysters? Oysters. They 1 minute they're a man, then they're a woman, then they're a man again.
Like Eddie Izzard. Now that's libelous. He's a transvestite, could I say? He's not a transsexual. Let's say that straight away. I'm retracting that.
Right, go on then. Give us some more facts.
No, I've got you Aesop's Fables.
No, but you had some more facts. You told me that were dead good. I just wondered if Steve knew them.
What? What do you want to know?
The ones that you read out to me. You had one about the spiky thing.
Go on.
Porcupine.
Give me a clue.
How many spikes has a porcupine got?
Don't know.
How many was it?
I think it was about 10,000. But these aren't the most interesting facts, are they?
It's alright.
It's all right though, isn't it? Yeah. And he went, but how can they say that? You could say that, you know, we've got a certain amount of hairs in our head. I went 100,000 average. You went, yeah, but I haven't. So how do we know that that porcupine that they've counted is the same for all of them?
Might have had alopecia.
yeah, he might be a particularly hairy one. You know what I mean? Right, you got to learn. Do you know what a fable is? I'll try to explain briefly. Do you know what a fable is?
I've got a rough idea.
Okay, it's a thing that uses sort of metaphor, analogy, just to explain sort of morals. I mean, they're very old for a start, and it's all. I'll give you an example of one. A quick one. Oh, the one about the dog with 2 bones. He goes to a dog's got a bone. And he sees a reflection in the lake, and he thinks, "Oh, that dog's got a nice bone. I'll have that." And as he goes to get that one in the reflection, he drops the one he's got, and that's one about, you know.
I think
You happy with your
I
lot?
was told one when I was younger.
Go on.
I think it was one. This young lad, he's got a dog, right, and he sort of is about 8 years old, and this dog, he's had it since he was about 4, and it's a bit tired now, and he chucks sticks for it, and it doesn't go for it, and he's saying to his mum, "Oh, I want a new dog, because this one's useless, it doesn't do what, you know, it doesn't have any fun with me." So they say, "Oh no, but you know, Rover's a good little dog, you should look after it." And he's like, "Oh, I don't like it, I want a new one." So they buy him a new puppy, and it's running around, yapping about, and he's loving it, and he's playing around with it in the grass. And then one day he goes to the park, and he's messing about and rolling about with it, and he falls into the lake, right? And the little puppy's like yapping at him, and he's going, help me, and the little dog's yapping. And then the old dog comes and gets his collar, and it pulls him out of the lake, and he goes, "Oh God, you know, why did I forget about you? You're the better dog." And he loved that one again rather than the puppy.
I got a feeling that was Lassie.
Well, yeah, that was an episode of Lassie. What's the moral? What's the moral there, Carl? What's that telling? What's that explaining through analogy?
Sort of, don't forget the old.
Look after old people. I remember there was one I heard once about a young boy who got trapped in a lake inside a cage.
But he loved his trainers so much.
He wasn't going to get them wet.
But
even though he had to get out there,
and even though he thought that was the important thing because it's material value, he actually drowned, and the trainers were no good to him then.
Star Sailor.
Hives, hate to say, I told you so. Now I want to clear a couple of things up.
obviously, me and Steve, we love Karl. This is the things we give Karl to read and talk. Is not to embarrass him or stress him out at all. We genuinely like his view of the world.
Yep.
In fact, we did an interview yesterday with a bloke from the Standard who really liked the show and said, "Do you like Karl? Because you take the piss out of him a lot." You know, we just like to say we love Karl. I said to that bloke, I said, "It's like I've got a new kitten. I can't wait to get in and see his little face on Saturdays," didn't I?
Yes.
And I think I'm worried because I thought I'd give Karl something he was really get his teeth into with these Aesop fables. It involves animals and, you know, little stories. But I've given him a couple and he doesn't seem to be that impressed or understand the concept.
It's just that you said you'd bring in an animal fact book as well, and I can't see that anywhere.
No. Well, you can only read one book at a time, can't you?
Why didn't you bring the other one in first?
Well, it's big. I've got to work my way up to it. Sometime I'll probably have to get a cab because it's a bit big. Now listen, I'll give this one. This is an easy one. Now just think, right? Think just what it means. They're not that hidden. They're not that cryptic. Just think what this means, okay? Okay. When the Hares addressed a public meeting and claimed that all should have fair shares, the Lions answered, "A good speech, hairy feet, but it lacks claws and teeth such as we have."
How would you use that?
No. What do you think that means? This is translated from the, I don't know, Greek or something. I don't know. It was Aesop. Where's he from?
Greek.
Yeah. So should I do it in my own language? Okay. So what would happen if there's hares and they have a meeting in the jungle with like loads of lions and go, "Hey, hold on, wait a minute. I think we should all be equal and share everything, all right?" And the lions go, "Well, yeah, it's easy for you to say. We've got claws and teeth."
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's saying like, of course the hares want that because it's better for them. The lions get nothing out of it because they're already king of the jungle.
That's right. So it's negotiating from weakness. Anyone can negotiate from strength, but negotiating from weakness is it's be lovely. It's a lovely utopian look at the animal kingdom.
But the way you said it is better than the way they worded it.
Well, that's because Ricky's very much the modern Aesop. I mean, many people have thought that. You know, that's why he's getting a lot of awards with the TV show. For him, that's a favourite.
So look, hey, I'll take that home and read ones you like and tell me about the ones you like. Ones that click. I don't care if you only come in with like one or two. Go, I'll tell you what, Rick, that's that there's one thing that I've learnt from that. You know, because sometimes you can know all these phrases and until something happens, you don't think, you know, everyone's heard, you know, I don't know, to err is human, to forgive divine. And then something, you know, might happen to you and you go, "Oh, that's what that means, that's amazing." So, you know.
Do you know any, Steve, offhand?
What's that?
A fable.
Well, I would imagine that the most famous one I've always remembered is the lion with the thing in its hoof. Do you remember that?
Paw.
The lion, yeah, with the spike in its paw, and a smaller animal gets out for it, but it still attacks it anyway.
Well, that's life, isn't it?
Well, I read one the other day, actually, which was very interesting. It was one that the famous film director Orson Welles said.
Oh, yeah?
Which he said, apparently there was a bear going across a lake, wading through the lake, and a scorpion said, "Well, let me go on your back, will you? Come on, just let me go on your back, we'll go across, it'll be brilliant." He goes, "Well, no, you'll just sting me." You go, "Don't be stupid, if I sting you, you'll die, and we'll both drown." And he goes, "Oh, fair enough."
Who was doing the stinging?
The scorpion.
Scorpion.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And the bear's wading through the water.
Yeah.
So the scorpion jumps on the back, and they wade through the water, and halfway across, the scorpion stings the bear. And the bear goes, "Well, we're both going to die now." He goes, "Yeah, it's my nature."
I thought he was going to say, "I can swim."
Oh, you're the best.
What's the one about?
Does that mean anything to you? It's my nature, i.e., you know, that's in my nature.
That's the way it is.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm a scorpion. Yeah, one of my favourite ones.
These don't mean anything to you, do they? I mean, what I'm saying is you're not impressed by them.
They're all right.
What about this? What about this one?
Don't trust bears or
here's
whatever.
here's one of my favourites. What?
He said, "Well, why not just say don't trust bears?"
The bear's the one that was too trustworthy. Don't trust scorpions.
Yeah.
Right, here's one of my favourite ones of all time, okay? A lion is dying, he's an old lion, he's in the front of his cave, and all the animals come around, like the foxes and the hyenas, and the rabbits, and they're all taking the piss out of him, and they're laughing at him, and they're laughing and going, "You can't fight us now," kind of, and just before he dies, he goes, "Fine, but I was a lion once." What does that mean?
Don't know.
Well, he's saying it's better to have lived and had what I had because I was great, if only for a short time, and you lot are still alive, but you're nothing. You're rabbits and hares. I was a lion once, so you know.
Are they always using animals for these stories?
Well, yeah, I could change it to refrigerators and household appliances if it would make it help, but animals, you know.
I remember the one about being ill a lot, and you say something about
Go on.
you know, if you keep doing that, if you keep having time off, I won't believe you.
That's the boy who cried wolf. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah. Do you know that one?
Have you heard the famous one? This is possibly the most powerful one. When you're pulling a face, and they say, well, if you
Wind
keep doing
sex.
that, the wind changes.
I've
You'll
heard
stay
that.
like that. Because you know that's scientifically proven.
That is.
That can happen.
That can happen.
All right, well, this is the final one. Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, ya.
Right, well, this monkey news story, right, it's about this fella, a couple of fellas in Texas,
Yeah.
sort of running a farm,
Yeah.
right?
Just to say, they're definitely fellas. Well, how tall are they?
no,
Can we
the fellas
just let him
Okay,
tell
they
us
aren't human beings. These two are human beings.
Time's against us.
They're
Rick.
running this farm and that, and anyway, so they're outside getting the cattle, and he turns round, right?
It's just that cow's.
Couple of monkeys walking about, so he knows what's going on, right? So anyway, so it's in Texas. They don't know what to do with the monkeys. There isn't a zoo. It's fairly barren there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Not much going about. So the other fella who runs the farm with him said, "Look, we need a bit of an hand." Right? So said, "Let's teach them some stuff." And the monkeys were happy with that because they were lost anyway, right? So they had
They had nothing to do. They were bumming around. They were looking for work.
They'd hired a motorhome. They'd
Yeah.
got out of their way.
Maybe it's like the Hulk. They were like Bruce Banner wandering around, going, "I need some work." You won't get angry, will you?
So anyway, right? So they taught these monkeys how to ride a horse, right? So they've both got a.
Sorry, you're sure Charlton Heston's not going to pop up?
They both
You're sure
got-
you weren't watching a video last night and thought it was a documentary?
They've both got a horse each, right? They've been given like a little lasso and all that
And a
business.
gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't talk
Right.
shit,
So
Carl.
anyway, it's going well, and it carried on for about 2 years. This, right?
course
It's
it did.
like, you know, rounding up the cattle every night and all that.
yeah.
So the two fellas are chatting, going, "It's worked out well, hasn't it?" All right.
Right, if there's a hostile takeover and they sort of like buy up 51% of the shares or
So
something.
they said, for this to continue, the monkeys are getting old a bit now. We need a little woman monkey in here to sort of get some kids going for like the future farm people.
Forward
Right?
planning, yeah.
So they get a little woman monkey.
They
in.
decided to only hire monkeys from
Why
out
not?
then.
Why not? It's working. Why mess with something when it's not broke, right? So they get the little woman monkey in. They have kids and all that business, right? But the problem was, right, when they first got the woman monkey in, it was like, well, which one's going to have the woman, right? So they started sort of fighting a bit and what have you.
Yeah.
But because they'd seen the owners of the farm with like
Don't
guns
tell
and
me the
stuff,
baby monkeys didn't want to go into the family business, won't have to be a lawyer.
they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Shut up!
They got two monkeys, right? And
Don't stop!
because they'd seen the owners with guns and what have you.
Yeah, no, that sounds
So they had a bit of a shoot-off.
Yeah.
That's how they sorted it out.
And who won?
I think it was George. The one called George.
Right.
So I think they had 17 kids. The farm's still running. So that's like the last little monkey news there.
Badly Drawn Boy on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. I'll tell you what, the Sonys then.
Oh,
This Thursday at the Grosvenor House Hotel.
Yeah.
Everyone in radios, anyone has entered their show in different categories saying, oh, you know, they get it down to, you know...
winners this year included the brilliant Dominic Mohan, former showbiz editor of The Sun.
Lots of people won. Lots of people won gold. Lots of people won silver. Lots of people won bronze. We didn't get a sausage.
Nothing.
This show was deemed not worthy of anything. I mean, not a look in. The panel looked at it and said, "Well, no, definitely
is not radio."
Didn't get a vote. See, that annoys me on so many levels. Let me tell you. One, right? I've never complained about losing an award. Okay, ever. Yeah, mainly in TV. I know we've won a lot, but we've been beaten by Peter Kay. Good luck to him. He's brilliant. Beaten by Phoenix Nights and sitcom. A lot of people like that more than The Office, vice versa. Right? No qualms. But the shoddy shite that I heard that night beating us, I was furious. I don't understand. There's people regional. It sounds like hospital radio, right? I mean, I shouldn't even be on XFM. I thought, you know,
it's beneath me.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, give 'em a hand, right? Let's show 'em. And I want to know who the panel was as well. I do not believe it. How can they I was looking back over some of the shows, right, before I get Carl, and I've just done a little excerpt of, a trailer of what we do, what we're about, and I don't know how the panel could overlook. Play a bit, Carl, please.
Shaking her muff, minge and tits around does not make her a hoe, then what does?
These kids at school with big heads.
Carl, what are you talking about?
Shut! Hello, my name is Holy Fuck.
Right, there's this monkey that was on a train station.
Right, but I see them.
What if you mean cock to mean penis?
It was my Down syndrome son.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
So we've still got monkey news coming up.
You're an idiot!
You know what I mean?
That's, to me, quality broadcasting.
I don't know how they can say that isn't worthy.
That's what we sent in to the Sony people. They listened to that. How they didn't think that was dynamite stuff. It doesn't make sense. I've been thinking about this since Thursday, because I've been a little bit down in the dumps.
Yeah.
What I think it is that with the TV show, the TV stuff we've done, Rick, we put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
We get the script, we got the script, we spend a lot of time on it. What this show is about, it's very much about spontaneity, it's about our personalities, and I don't think we're ever going to win an award for our personalities. I think that's where we're going
Do you know
wrong.
what I think? I think that when we're together, we're the auteurs of The Office, and, and we're strong on it, and we're just two, we write it, we direct it, we cast it, we even worry about the font and stuff on the, we do everything. There's a weak link in our midst, I think.
On the radio show?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm just trying to think what the common factor is, because on the award-winning TV show, it splits you and I.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, can we play a record, and let me think about this, because there must be something
There's got to be a factor.
that isn't in The Office that's in this, that means that The Office is award-winning, and this is a pile of shite. Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with Steve Merchant, and with us, Karl Pilkington, the third member of this team. Team. Me and you do The Office.
Award-winning.
Yeah, and us three do this show.
No awards. Nothing.
Karl, what are your thoughts? What do you think's wrong with the show? Why do you think the panel listened to our show and said that is awful, it's not actually a radio show?
Well, can I just point out, so many people may not realise that last year we won a bronze, so we've actually gone down, we've actually slid off the list entirely.
I know, but I mean, but Karl wasn't really as involved last year.
Well, I remember last year, it was very much you and I was doing it,
I
and
mean,
Karl
we just
was
started out on
pressing
it, yeah, so I mean, so you can't really compare. Hold on, though.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think, Karl? What do you think the reason
Thoughts,
is?
Karl?
Any thoughts?
I see what you're getting at, right? But
You're not stupid.
when I put the compilation together,
Yeah.
I made sure that it was mainly you two. So don't be doing that. Don't be playing that game.
So you put the compilation together?
yeah.
Right, again.
Ah, right, interesting, because
We weren't involved with
we
that.
usually do The Office, edit The Office and everything, we have the final cut on The Office. So you... Oh, I see, so
Yeah,
you... Oh, right, no, so you're the
You had
producer.
your fingers all over it. Interesting.
but
Oh, that's interesting. So, well...
So the tape was the smoking gun, and whose fingerprints were on it? Karl Pilkington's. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. We didn't get a sausage, but do you know what? Seriously though,
Well, I don't mean seriously. It is his fault.
I know, but I mean, it's our fault as well because we should have known better, right? But
Than to employ him. Yeah.
But I actually think it's a slap in the face. I want to know who the panel was. I know what Sony are thinking. Just handing it out to the same old people. You know what I mean? Every clip they played was a funny phone call. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm
Did we send any of our funny phone calls in?
So if anyone cares, I think we should knock this on the head as a protest against Sony. As I say, I've never complained before about legal, but I mean this one, don't know what they think. I want someone on the panel. If it was entertainment, I want someone on the panel to phone up and say why they think this show is rubbish.
Well, I'll apologise.
Well, I'll not apologise if they stand by. If they tell me why, because listening to that clip there, I can't see anything wrong with that as sort of daytime radio.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't think our number one fan, Dickie Anderson, Richard Anders, was on the panel. Although he here has emailed in. He's got a couple of thoughts as to maybe why we.
What is Dickers doing, man?
Dickers says, commiserations on not winning a Sony. I can't believe you didn't win, naturally. I mean, apart from your show's obvious lack of quality and effort, having a monkey for a producer, offering the biggest load of tat as competition prizes, saying hairy Chinese kid 48 times every show, Rockbusters, not bothering to turn up for weeks on end, only having 3 listeners, introducing the comedy characters Camp David, Harry Fook, which I think he spelt wrong there, Stephen Merchant. I'm not a character. Apart from insulting every race, religion and sexual orientation, bickering like schoolgirls, and
We
generally
haven't done
bringing
everyone
misery-
yet. We have not insulted everyone yet. There's loads to go.
Despite the fact you generally bring misery into the lives of anyone who listens, I thought you were surefire winners. Better luck next year.
Well,
I mean, a couple of constructive, criticisms there, but generally, I still can't nail it.
was he on the panel?
Well, I don't think so. Well, he's a fan, so...
Yeah. Well, no, he's clearly a fan. I mean,
Yeah.
he obviously loves the show. Because he's... I mean, he has hit the nail on the head.
Oh.
Which...
Yeah.
But, what should we do? Should we give up or should we try harder? That's always my dilemma in
Sure,
life.
yeah.
I mean, I've always gone for the first one.
Give up.
Yeah, why bother?
Yeah.
If they can't see, just give us the award.
Yeah.
And then worry about it later and we won't let them down.
Yeah.
Now they've got blood on their hands.
Mm.
We're gonna...
Yeah.
What should we do? To give a couple of months notice?
I think so.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, seriously, I mean, because I think...
Oh, I'm being serious. I'm not being wacky now. We haven't told Andrew, but...
I think we've won our course with this show.
Yeah. So let's okay, we'll give it a month, and it's because the Sonys didn't give us anything. Play a record.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
you got to do a bit longer than that.
No, we haven't. Got to give a month's notice.
No, you got to work till about September if you're gonna.
No, we haven't. No, we can give a month's notice. We're, whatever they give the money back, something.
Well, you give your money back.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to spend your 80 quid on?
True.
By the way, Red Hot Chili Peppers on XFM 104.9. So, a few more shows.
And then
I
that's it.
hope Sony are happy. They should encourage. We've only been radio, a couple of years.
Exactly. They
Trying.
should encourage young talent
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah. Instead of giving it to Radio 1 and Radio 2 and...
The old war horses. We just had a quick email. I wonder if you could answer this. It's James from NW1. He says, Ricky, is Karl going to be on this week's show? Please let me know, as I may listen if he's not. Sadly, he is here. I mean,
dear.
people are already turning against you, Karl, because they've seen what's happened.
Yeah.
I think they've probably realised that we've
I
sort
think we
of
gave him
indulged you
too
long
much. I think we've got a spoiled sort of kid in our hands. It's sort of like, we knew how bad he was, but we were trying to sort of bring him out of his shell a little bit.
enough.
You got to encourage sort of, children like Karl
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
to sort of fend for themselves. But I like the fact that Dickie Anderson had that wonderful rant. It was an articulate email. It was quite long, and he must have typed it immediately. I'm thinking, because he's a fan of the show and he thinks I'm a genius, we need a PA,
Sure.
don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you reckon he'd come and work for us?
Well, he can't be any worse than what we've already got.
I know. So there you go. Then we're giving up radio. We're going to concentrate on television. Carl's going to probably go back to what just doing your sound.
The thing I won a silver for at the Sonys. Funny that, isn't it?
Oh, you won a silver, did you?
I got a silver, yeah,
Oh,
for,
yeah,
doing,
what was that for?
doing the proper job that I do here in the week.
Well, no, it's 2 of you for a start.
Yeah, well, there's 3 of us. Couldn't even get a bronze. Now, who's the weak link? Right?
Well,
Bit weird, isn't it?
let's not argue. We haven't got many shows to do.
To be fair, though, this show is I think it's more to do with the fact that you talk on this show that has brought us down.
Right, I haven't said anything hardly today.
No, well, this is an award-winning show, potentially.
We'll add this one in for
Yeah.
next year.
If you could just keep stum, we might have a chance.
Alright.
Radiohead. They're there on XFM 104.9. You see,
I'm sick of it.
no, wait. This is giving me an idea because I think what the best thing about this show is what happens when the records are playing. Because we sort of... that's an example. Inarticulate. Yeah? Didn't have anything planned. Well, I started my mouth moving, but I didn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
Why
we-
was that? Why don't you have anything planned there?
What?
Why didn't you know what you're going to say then?
Because...
What were you doing when Radiohead was on?
I made Karl a new uniform that he has to wear in the second hour. What did I do?
You got tissue paper,
Yeah. Toilet roll, yeah.
ripped a bit off,
Yeah.
made a little tie for me and put some in my ears.
Yeah, so he had earplugs and matching tie.
Yeah.
And he looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had earplugs and matching tie, and I squeezed it in there, and he went, I can't, it'll irritate me. So, I'm thinking of things all the time to make this more fun for me.
Yes.
And it is just like that.
Sorry, a quick question. Steve, just want to raise a little point.
Go on.
You say that you're spending most of your time thinking about how you can make this more entertaining for yourself.
Yeah.
Is it worth ever considering the listeners?
Well, I think that if
you're happy, they're happy. I'm not sure that's true. I've been monitoring a lot of the feedback on the email and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be the case.
But that's because Karl won't go along with stuff.
Sure.
I mean, they could see on the webcam his little matching earplugs and tie that I made. I just did a cartoon that went for £350, right, on the website, right? So that's one now. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it really good. We're gonna give them lots of stuff and signed DVDs and everything. So that's great. 350 quid. Who was it?
I think her name was Joanne. It's not definite yet because we haven't got the money off her.
Wow, she's you know, you got to trust them, haven't you? And so I think people would love to have had a matching. You know, I'd have signed it and everything. Little matching earplugs and necktie made out of toilet roll.
Yeah.
You know, and he don't want to wear it. But I had a great idea for a show, right? We filmed the behind the scenes, right, of each show. So you know, you get a CD of what went out, but you see what happened behind the scenes, right? And it follows us through a week, right? And it's called X-Men 3.
Ah, I see, because of XFM.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we can film all Karl, what Karl looks like when I'm squeezing his head, what he's like when we're trying to make him touch us, all that sort of stuff, when he's getting all stressed out in the day and we just pop up, right, what he looks like, his little head, everything.
And would this be broadcast on TV? Or?
I think so. I think Choice, something like BBC Three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again,
it's difficult because I mean, I'm very much in the centre of the storm. I'm very much the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
And I know that I myself would not want to watch that.
Really?
No, because it's...
Any negative, Karl? He was like this when you came up with Cheap as Chimps. He wanted to drop Rockbusters. What was the other thing he didn't like?
That other TV idea I had.
Yeah, what, putting a baby in a room, setting it on fire and see if it can make his way out?
Setting the room on fire. Let's not get silly.
No, but he didn't like that, did he?
I mean, I don't want to sort of... I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but it does seem to me that my criticism of those things is probably justified. I mean, Cheap as Chimps, where is it now?
Wow.
It's
Donald McIntyre took it.
Not really, Karl, not really. It is but a pitiful memory. Both your game show ideas terrible. This TV show idea, I think, again, it's only interesting to you, Rick. This is what you failed to realise. You've got no sense of the greater public. To be honest, I'm just taking this from what people are emailing in. They're not interested in Karl.
I don't read the emails.
They're not interested in Karl.
I don't read the emails. They're not interested in Karl?
They're not interested in Karl.
But if we did a documentary about him, like they did about Oliver, the human Z, or
that's a different case.
Or the girl that was older than her mum, or, you know, all those other sort of things. I think if we actually did a definitive documentary and got in doctors to talk about him, and showed him...
That psychiatrist from Big Brother.
Yeah, and just talked about it, and then showed him in his environment, I think it'd be brilliant. I think it'd be a brilliant show.
But I think that's interesting. I think you're right. Some kind of anthropological study of Karl, fascinating. You making a little neckerchief for him, I'm not so convinced.
But that'll all be part of it. Play a record, let's think about this, because I think this is an idea. If any broadcasters are listening, like Greg Dyke, or, you know... We'd even go to Channel 5 with this, I think, wouldn't we?
I mean, alternatively, if you'd like to incorporate Karl into some kind of Blue Peter appeal...
Let's do so much. Let's just get Karl... Look at his face. How could you not... See, a lot of people still don't know what you look like, Karl. Play a record.
Karl, you've had a good night out this week. You went to the Sony's, you had a free meal.
Yeah, that annoyed me. I don't...
You know, we came away empty-handed, but...
Yeah.
It was a good night, wasn't it? You enjoyed that?
Did you enjoy that? I ate it, but go on.
I'm just finding more and more things are annoying me.
Really?
Like, even... Like, at that Sony's night, right, you've got a lot of, respectable people going to that thing, you know, people who are high up at the BBC and that.
Yeah.
And just the way, you know, it's a posh night, there's people there with dinner jackets on and stuff. And then I went to the toilet for a wee. Old fella in there. I thought he looks like he's been in the, you know, the radio game for years, probably done loads of award-winning Sony stuff.
Yeah.
You know, all the BBC documentaries they do, in-depth stuff, and I thought, you know, I wonder if I'll be like him when I'm them old, I wonder if I'm as good as him. Thinking all that, he's having a wee in the next urinal. Farts.
I know. Yeah.
He just farts. Old fella in a dinner jacket, probably hired. And I thought,
But is that like they
that.
try to? They think, well, I better do it in here, and it's sort of like a trumpet, and everyone just goes, yeah, that's fine. What's up with that? You know, yeah, I know what you mean. It's just the arrogance of doing it.
He just did it. It sounded like a lost whale. And he didn't sort of go and try and clinch it. He carried on, and then he went, oh, that was a good one.
Really?
Old fella, must have been about 70.
Oh dear.
And
Well, better out than in.
Yeah.
but it's not though. I wasn't brought up like that. You see,
Right.
because I did it. I mean, I never really did it that much as a kid,
Sure.
and then I was at my mum and dad's.
You never did it that much as a kid. What, farted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just like, you know, as a joke and that.
We are taping this for next year's Sony Award, aren't we? We're taping this, what we're talking about now, aren't we? To hand in. Because this is, go on.
But I was at my mum and dad's, right? And Suzanne was sat on the floor in front of me, and she was like, oh, rub my neck, it's hurting. So I thought, oh, and I hate doing that, it really it bores me.
Well,
right?
she's your girlfriend, for goodness
I
sake.
know, Dale Winton's different, you're getting paid for that, go on.
So I thought, the only way to shift her is I'll let one go, right? So I did that.
I love that!
It's such a loving relationship.
I love that, that's great!
So
like
she's-
doing the washing up badly.
Yeah.
She won't ask me again, what have you done? I've smashed the cups up and I've written in excrement across the wall. Well, that's no good, isn't it? Well, I won't do it again
Give me
then.
the marigolds, I'll do it.
I've nailed the cat to the fridge, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Go on.
But yeah, so I did that, and it worked. She sort of got up and said, oh... And my dad said, what you do that for?
Yeah. What was he thinking?
So I said, oh, I hate rubbing her neck, does me head in. So he says, you know, I've never trumped in front of your mother for 40 years.
Sorry, where was this? Chigley? Why is this family talking like this? Young Carl, I've never trumped in front of your mother in the 35 years. What? I don't know what...
No, it's just that he said, you know, we've done a lot of things in the family that I'm
Hold
not
on,
proud
what
of and
did he say that for? What, he's never trumped in front of your mother?
He just offered that information up.
Well, he just was surprised that I did it. He said, where have you got that from?
Yeah.
Whoa, you're lowering intestines, I'd have thought. What do you have to imagine there's a class of farting. Oh, we haven't told our kids about farting. He doesn't do it. We haven't told him about it. We don't do it in front of it. You have to learn it, do you?
No, but there's a place. That's what I was always told.
Go on.
There's a place for that.
Cornwall.
So, and my mum, you know, it's the same. She doesn't do it.
Right.
If she goes to the toilet to, you know, do what you got to do, she makes sure, like, she'll sort of say things like, "Are you going out for a walk?"
Are you going out for a walk?
Does she think? Does she know that you're broadcasting this?
Well, yeah.
She's probably around at the neighbours now, listening.
Yeah.
Any of you going out for a walk?
Yeah, just at the door.
So she waits until everyone's left, or?
She doesn't like the thought that everyone... Do you know, like, cats don't like you staring at them when they're doing it?
I've never stared at a cat while it was doing anything.
Have you ever had a pet cat?
What do you mean? Yeah, go on.
No, it's just that cats, you know, if you get them a little litter tray,
Yeah.
I remember being told, like, no, when it does use it, don't sort of go and look at it. 'Cause it puts it off. I was the same as a kid. I didn't... When I had a nappy...
Who comes and looks at you when you're on the bar?
No, when I was a kid and I was in a nappy, right,
Yeah.
I used to always, like, there was a corner in the kitchen that I'd always go to. And everyone would be
Why do
like...
you go to the toilet?
Because I had a nappy on.
Oh yeah, right. How old were you?
14th birthday?
About 3 or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And I used to always go to this corner, and
Yeah.
everyone said, right, he's going to the corner, don't stare at him.
And the thing is, I can so imagine you because you've got the same head.
Yeah, you look like a baby.
It's just the baby's head. Put it there. Would you put a nappy on for 50 quid?
Now.
Yeah. Just sitting, do your work,
Well,
right?
anyway,
Just sit in the
right,
corner.
So I'm not doing that, right?
Come on.
So yeah, my mum's like that, and something else she's good. I mean,
Okay,
people might want to know.
At dinner party, oh, it's Mrs. Pilkington just in the corner. Just don't look at her.
Yeah, don't look at Mrs. P.
She's just in the corner of our kitchen. Don't just look at her. What's she doing? She's just doing her business. There she is squatting. Are you going for a walk?
Sorry, you were saying, Carl.
Another trick I've learnt from her. Right, if you're using, say, a friend's toilet or something, and you don't want to leave your mark, just use
Go down the toilet and flush it.
take a box of matches with you.
Yes.
What the
the Gers calls it his flagship.
Burn the place down, have a wonderful crap, and just leave when the fire brigade get there.
Forget it.